I've been up since 3 a.m. putting up a light so that you don't have a wrinkle on your fucking forehead, and you're gonna yell at me, embarrass me in front of an 1,000-person set, and stop pretending like what we're doing here is really important. We're making Mission Impossible 7. I mean, Lime, duh. Yeah. Let's do it again, baby. Hello.
And after that, I'm going straight to hell. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Comedians of Wrestling podcast, the podcast where comedians dissect the wrestling to an unhealthy degree. I am your host, the host who is the most viral stand-up about professional wrestling, Dan Black, a.k.a. Donsky Blackamora, a.k.a. Papa Oat Milk, the Creatine Dream, a.k.a. Donnie Capri from that time I went to Italy.
I'm a thick boy down low.
Oh, man, that killed me. A.K.A. the modern day goof and spoof Raja.
I love comic books.
Coming at you like Cleopatra, baby.
No more Mr. Nice Jew.
Gabba, wee.
Gabba, wee.
Oh,
Gabba,
yeah.
gay. Gabba.
Yeah. This girl, she's mine. And hum. Oh.
A little bit of the bubbly.
She's fine. Yeah. What up, jabroniacs? We are back in action for your satisfaction with all of our spicy, muy caliente, chef's kiss wrestling reactions. And I got to tell you, just to get myself, this song, I crave this song to get in the mood. The podcast. The Leon Ruff entrance music just gets me going. Feels like I'm back at my bar mitzvah, man.
All right, everybody.
Welcome out. Everybody, thank Sherry and Richie Black for all the hors d'oeuvres tonight. Everybody out on the dance floor. I gotta tell you, Leon Ruff has the same physique right now that I had when I was 13 years old. Oh man, I'm a Leon Rush mark. Anyway, before we get into it, okay, Sheb's calling me. I still haven't sent Shebs a Zoom for the pod yet after his behavior last week. Okay, anyway, before we get into all the wrestling, just let everybody know this podcast is grassroots. If you're listening to this podcast every week, you know it's improving, man. We are doing some of the funniest shit we've ever done on this pod, and we are improving this podcast technologically. So, make sure to support it. Patreon.com/comedians wrestling. We are free from Jabroni podcast networks. Idiot producers are going to be like, why don't you do the top 10 top rope moves of the week segment? This is what will happen if I go to a network. They go, why don't you do top... Well, I just thought of a good idea. Top 10 biceps of the week? I mean, come on. That's not bad. That's not that bad. That's more in line with us. But they wouldn't. They'd be like, top 10 best matches. How about top 10 most improved player of the year? No, we do it ourselves. We do it our way, baby. Patreon.com/comedians of wrestling. Support this podcast. But you're not even getting, we're not even asking for handouts. We give you access to tons of bonus content, including our AEW NXT-centric episodes that come out on Friday morning, featuring me and Nick Tullo, Supermark. So, you know Nick Tullo, the guy who said this.
I'm a thick boy down low.
You guys remember that? I'm a thick boy down low. Oh, man. I told you it was going to be a sound drop, and it was. But Yeah. Also, remember to follow us on all of our social media platforms. We're putting out a bunch of content on there now. Follow me at Dan Black Attack on Instagram and Twitter, and follow at Cow Podcast. Follow us on there. And the thing you'll see on there right now is the Kenny Omega challenge, which my dad challenged Kenny Omega, who said, I mean, Don Callis said it himself. He said,
I love comic books.
okay, they love comic books. Okay, Kenny Omega wanted Spider-Man 1. I have Spider-Man 1. If you want to see me wrestle Kenny Omega, who do you want to see? He's wrestling Joey Janela tonight. Do you really want to see that? I mean, no disrespect to Joey Janela, but he's going to get jabroned out. He's going to get V-triggered, and then he's not going to get a comic book or anything. I'm going to get jabroned out even faster, have a better physique than Joey Janela. Sorry, just factual. And then I'm going to hand over my dad's comic book to Kenny Omega. And you can help with that by tweeting at Kenny Omega, tweeting at Don Callis. Flood the zone, baby. Let's get Kenny to respond. He calls himself a collector, but he's not even trying to collect. What, he wants a title from Rich Swann? No one cares about that. What you want is a comic book from my dad. Okay, anyway, yeah, okay. That's basically it. Okay, and also the 9 to 5 8-hour episode. I said this week that I would tell you when that's going to be, and we're doing so much shit that I haven't had the time to plan it yet. But there are, let's so you know, the people messaging me, the patrons, you will, this is in the works. So just pay attention, okay? All right, anyway, let's get into it. Before we move on with the pod, let's introduce the room. We got a full house today, many would say. And right now, to my diagonal, the First Lady, Erin Finnerty. Yeah, I'm going to switch up the order, you guys. Switch it up.
Love
And
it. Why not?
he's a nasty boy. Nasty Newman. What up?
How about a city, bitch?
Looking beautiful. So many cat accessories behind you. I love it. You got a cat tree wherever a cat sits, and then was it an urn from? Is that an urn you found on the?
This is an urn. It's an Undertaker brand water filtration system.
That's the joke that I should have said, but I had two jokes that were too dark that I'm glad I didn't say, frankly. There was a bit of dead air, but it was worth it for the edit, the inevitable edit. And joining us from the bonus episode, the man who said this.
I'm a thick boy down low.
I'm a thick boy down low, the super mark, the architect, the Cal Money in the Bank holder, Nick Tullo. What's up, bro?
It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's your boy, Tiptoe with Tullo, and I am in the middle of a blizzard. It is
Oh,
fucking
you are,
crazy
right?
over here. Yeah, it's getting nuts.
It's 72 degrees in LA.
It's
Yeah,
literally
it's a little
like
warm. If it's
25 degrees
Yeah.
in New York. It's been snowing since 3 o'clock, and it will not stop snowing for a while.
Yeah.
Spoiler, I'm going snowboarding tomorrow, so see you there.
Yo.
hitting the
Sheds?
slopes, bro.
Yo.
Yeah, bro. Gonna hit the slopes.
Get that
bro.
powder,
Fresh
bro.
pow pow.
Get that pow, bro. That white nar.
Before we get into all the wrestling this week, I mean, this is the TLC Go Home show, which I didn't even realize.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh my god. I
didn't know?
Completely forgot.
Yeah, no. There's just something about the WWE product now where like you never know. I think it's because all these and this is pre-COVID also, all the pay-per-views feel the same. So they don't like change enough of the Raw SmackDown setups. They change nothing. They just have a thing being like TLC's in 2 weeks, and you kind of forget. Where like it used to be like, all right, Bash in the Beach is coming up. You'd have like a surfboard out for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like a little more. Right now, these pay-per-views have no flavor. You know what I mean? They have no flavor. It's a big problem with WWE as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, we'll obviously towards the end of the episode get into our predictions. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
But
card's,
anyway,
the card's shaping up pretty good though, right?
well, Aaron has the card up. I haven't formally
do.
even looked at the card.
There's only
which
6
are-
matches
Oh,
right
nice.
now.
All right, good.
So it's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah, but the cards that are on there, the matches that are on there that they're hyping, I'm pretty pumped to see them. I think they're all going to be pretty interesting. Well, we'll get our predictions in. We'll think more about the card as we do it. Maybe maybe we go through. Maybe we start with the predictions actually, and then tie it into what's going on in Raw and SmackDown. Like, maybe we'll do like the predictions throughout the episode, and then I'll weave in all the stuff, a little behind the scenes for you guys here.
Keep track of these. What's the record?
Yeah.
Do we have the record? Is Dan have three
Dan
wins?
has 2 wins. You and I both have 1.
Right.
And Newman's still waiting to get on the board.
I'm not waiting for anything.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Newman waits for no one.
Yeah. Okay, Tullo, we're about to do the predictions. He's leaving for a second.
I guess he'll be back.
The guy is okay. All right.
He's got to go check. He's got to go check the pack. He's got to go check the pack on the snow.
Yeah. He has to go out right now. I mean, he's literally snowed in. I have 2 dogs. Somehow he has 1 dog that he can't manage to record a podcast while he's in the house. I have 2 dogs and I record 25 podcasts a week because I am the king of content. Everybody knows that. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
We'll ignore that, but now we're going to video. So now you people are going to know that Tullo abandoned his post. Beautiful. Okay. Anyway. All right. So, Aaron, I think you should go through the card. Why don't you start least important matches to most important?
Yeah.
So we kind of crescendo into the sexy stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, starting at the bottom of the barrel, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Oh, by the way, Aaron, sorry.
Yeah, Dan.
Sorry for the interrupt.
Sure.
This Sunday will be our
Zoom. Yeah, the
Thunderdome.
CZT is opening back up
I can't believe
again.
this actually snuck up on me. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
All right, Tullo, you're back?
Back.
Okay. Thank you for coming back. The Zoom Thunderdome is this Sunday for TLC. We'll be watching it for the patrons at the $10 level.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be watching that all together. It starts as the pay-per-view begins, maybe a little before. I'll send out a Zoom link if you've been on it before. We've posted some previews on our YouTube page, the Dan Black Attack / Comedians of Wrestling YouTube page. You could see kind of what it is, but man, they make watching these pay-per-views a hell of a lot better. I'm having a blast doing it.
Yeah, so last time we did, it was a snack theme. Before that, it was costumes. And since we're running up right against Christmas,
show us your best table.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not going to be a table?
No, it's not going to be tables or chairs. I'm thinking like
Where's the best
something
table
festive.
chair?
Oh, I was thinking
have
like
an
a
incredible
festive
coffee
holiday.
table.
No, I love that. Yeah, we should. Oh, lime, duh. Aaron, no, you're right. We should do.
Yeah,
we should be
I'm
holiday.
right.
It should be
Like a holiday theme. And then if you have a great table, ladder, or a chair, then I'd love to see it.
I got a great chair.
I'll commit to this. I will have a holiday decoration up for myself. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Or 2
That's
maybe.
a great idea.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna set. Yeah, and
I'll
It's a
decorate
little
the
late in the
stewed.
season to get those up, but
I'll decorate the stewed.
Well, I'm a
bit.
Jewish man, so anything I do is truthfully, a mitzvah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Aaron, let's go on the card. What's the card you were saying? Sorry, I
right.
interrupted.
I
you.
was
What's the
saying
match?
before you interrupted, we have
rudely.
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka and TBD for the women's tag team titles.
Okay, so this match is this is for the women's tag team titles. It's wait, you say it's Asuka and Lana?
It's TBD.
So it's probably Asuka, right?
Mm-hmm. It's Asuka and
Asuka
TBD.
and her partner is TBD because Lana got
Oh,
injured.
so it's
Yeah.
probably Lana though, right?
Well, no, Lana's out.
Lana's out. It's
Oh,
probably
because she
Charlotte.
got popped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I was trying to work that into a point, but okay. That's what happens when you pivot the format on the fly, baby. Maybe we should pivot. Maybe you think we should pivot this segment into best, most improved player of the year. I thought that Lana's improved. Her Irish whip is going from.
Is a
it was
6.5.
Yeah, it was Aaron. Yes, it was a 6.5, and now it's a 6.8.
We have an intricate 35-point scoring system where we take into account ring rate, mic work, overall look, the look of the boots, the look of the midsection, the hair, the makeup.
hair. Oh, the hair is so important.
When you're
don't
hitting
you
on all
think?
shit I care about.
Yeah, no, I was talking
mean-
about our podcast. I wasn't talking about.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So, Nia had Nia Jax got pinned by Lana this week, which actually I think was honestly, if I'm looking through my notes this week, was kind of one of the biggest things that happened on Raw and SmackDown this week. Right? This might deserve to lead the pod this week. Lana legit clean pinned Nia, right?
Yeah.
She was in kind of a tree of woe kind of a position, in the turnbuckle. She fell down, and then she gave her that pin. That pin is kind of it's a filthy pin, right?
Well,
And then
Miro took credit for it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Said he
Couldn't
taught her that.
resist.
And that's where I'm going to. What did you guys think of this Rusev? Does anyone have this Rusev tweet up? I meant to bring it up, but
Oh no,
I didn't. I think what he said, I saw it 40 times.
Me
And it's
too.
hilarious because it is the most
My
universally beloved tweet on
He
Fa-
said, "I taught her this pin last night. We both won. Congrats, wife." And then
Right.
a photo.
and the pin is he said I taught her this pin, meaning, which is hilarious. I think he's wait. So that position is
Which one is he
yeah. That's what I was trying to figure
in the
out.
position? I think
Both. It could be either one.
First, I thought that it was just a missionary pin,
No.
and so
Yeah, with the leg up.
And I was like, he's
situation.
bragging about having missionary sex with his wife, which is hilarious.
Well,
He's a
this is
gamer,
like
so-
I taught her this move last
60
night. I learned it when I was
This
16.
is like a 69, but with the 9 bent in half, I guess.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Right. That's kind of if he's
Like
on
a
top, then I
67.
guess that. I
Yeah.
mean, this will be explicit, but we'll say it in the least offensive way. Is
Go
I
for
guess
it.
if he's on, I think he said he taught it to her, right? So that
Right.
would mean that he was probably on top for the right. So this is what he
Yeah,
means,
yeah.
Well,
right?
you could
No,
be a
he was-
teacher and
no,
be on
ha-
the bottom.
Well,
Yeah,
first
he's
thing I want to ask you
flexible.
guys
He get his
is
legs up.
right. First thing I want to ask you guys is, do you think that he thought this through as much as we have?
Mhm.
All right.
No.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
he's the one who did it the night before, so I don't know how much he thought about it.
Well,
All
I
right.
would assume since she's Lana that he's Nia in this situation, right? So he's on the bottom. I mean, it's her,
Wow.
right? So
I think he meant he was on the top.
I think he's the top.
I think
I think he's the
he
bottom.
he had her in the Devil's 69 where the woman is on the
You
bottom.
think that
it's
Rusev Miro
just-
was sandwiched in half with his butt in her face like that?
Absolutely.
the person, the type of person to tweet that is absolutely the type of person to be like, no, I'm on top
Yeah.
in this extremely compromising situation.
Right.
Yeah, I would say I think he thinks he's her because he's like, I taught her that pin, so he would have had to show it.
You
to her,
do
you know?
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Here's
wouldn't be
how
like,
you
I
do it.
taught her to give me that. I think they did both. First, he'd be like, all right, let me show it on you, and then he's like, all right, now give it to me. So I think that they did do both. But in terms of what the sex act would be, I think that is a very uncomfortable for the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on what you're doing in that position.
Yeah, I don't
Yikes.
think so. But anyway, the thing about this more of that is I feel like I wanted to talk about it because I just want to say that it's not that funny. It's not offensive either. It's not offensive.
Right.
I don't think it's offensive or anything. But honestly, it's just exactly what I expect from Rusev. I find him to be not. He honestly is a little. Oh fuck! Is this fucked up to say? He's a little Borat-y for me. Is that?
That's why I said my wife. Yes.
He has a little bit of
what
his
the tweet
humor
was.
is not. He's a little behind because
100%.
Newman, check me here.
I mean,
Is that fucked up to say? He's from another country and it's he's still watching Raymond. They're still watching Everybody Loves Raymond over there, and his jokes are a little 90s. You know what I mean?
first of all, I still watch Everybody Loves Raymond. It's
Yeah,
a
me
great show.
I know, but it's new there. That's what I'm
The
saying.
latest sensation.
Yeah, I mean, what I think xenophobia on the list of phobias is so far down the list of things we need to worry about.
Okay. So there's a thing about Rusev where it's everyone says he's so this guy's charisma, and I'm always like,
Well, he does. It's just he gets in his own way.
It's-
If he would
right.
just be, because he can be charming, and if he would just be that and not try to be charming, he would be charming.
yeah,
But
he's doing an impression of a guy with
yeah,
charm.
Mhm.
right.
And it never he's never clicked for me. Even Happy Rusev Day, I think that was all the
Aiden English.
vaudevillain. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
Sheb's villain. But yeah, I was just want to say I just feel like Rusev is just so deeply not one of my guys. You know, not because he didn't laugh. He didn't compliment me on my stand up when he watched it. and didn't say anything. Not because of that. I'm not bitter about that at all. When I saw him watch my whole set, then we were in the back, and he didn't say, literally like, hey, didn't have to say good set, but just didn't talk to me. Okay? No problem with that. No problem with that, jerk. But I'll say, but no, it's always like he's always like a little off for me. He gets like so much more credit than he deserves, you know. And I feel like he's an example of Vince gave him that tank, and it was the best moment for him. And then I don't like that he wears that Versace shirt. I was saying on AEW, I was like, he feels like a guy who like just wears what Versace's like, whatever's on the rack. He's like, it must be cool because it's Versace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's like that thing where it's like
style's whack.
It's like when Stone Cold said like the best characters are like your own personality turned up to 11, right? But that becomes an issue when you are a person who doesn't have a personality to turn up. And then you get things like Rusev where it's like, well, there's not really anything. We're cranking the dial on this, but there's nothing there to like really to really bring up, you know?
Right. All right, so for this match, who do you guys think? Let's get these predictions in. I'm done talking about Rusev.
TBD.
He's not one of my guys. That's all. It's just like that's me and the combo. He's not one of my guys. You know, if you think that's funny, I get why you think that's funny because you're not that funny, right? I mean, if you think that's really funny, you're not that funny. It's like I taught her. You're laughing because they're married, really, right?
Yeah.
The joke is like these people are married.
Well, do you think anyone really read that tweet and like belly laughed? Like, is that possible? Was I?
I saw it posted with like the laugh emoji.
It was posted in our group
all in a row.
It was posted in our group, so whoever posted it obviously.
I mean, it's just like it's one thing to be like, oh, that's kind of funny. It's another thing to like have a real chuckle
with the group. They would.
But I also get seeing it and then sharing it and just being, oh, I just saw this. Like this feels like a fun thing to share in the group.
Right.
I totally get that. But I'm just, we dissect shit to an unhealthy degree. So that's what I'm doing. Just being like, Rusev just never makes a move that I like besides the tank. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So guys, who wants to go first for this match? Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka and TBD. Donnie TBD.
I'm team TBD.
Should we make the TBD the tiebreaker?
Oh, you want to guess?
Well, I mean, it's possible that no one gets it and there's no tiebreaker, but I still think it's fun.
That's
to do.
okay. I'm gonna guess Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
Well, I think Dana Brooke got injured as well.
She did.
So I think she's also out. So
She's
Tamina.
out.
I think it's Charlotte.
Oh, smart.
Charlotte's been posting a lot of in the gym workout.
But then they can't lose, right? Then you have Charlotte, Asuka as the champs, right?
Charlotte, Asuka,
Mega Powers.
They are their chemistry. And Newman knows this. I think it's like one of mine and Newman's common things that we love about wrestling is Asuka and Charlotte put on the most incredible matches. Their chemistry is crazy. And I think an only way to get those tag titles over is if Asuka and Charlotte are, champs. Or it's someone from outside. Maybe Asuka's bringing somebody in. I don't know. But I would assume Charlotte. And that's the only way those tag titles will become relevant, really.
I think I'm going to go with
if Dana
Rue
Brooke
Lopez is my choice.
Rue Lopez.
Yeah, I think
if
it's Dana
Brooke's
Rue Lopez.
injured, I'm just going to say Bailey because she's the only one I can really muster. Okay.
I think TBD is going to win, and it's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Nice.
Oh, really? That's really interesting. I'm just going to stick with Lana using McMahon's razor. I'm going to use McMahon's razor and choose Lana.
So Nick, you're going for the TBD team?
Wait,
TBD
Tullo, did I just
Charlotte.
Properly use McMahon's razor or no?
Yes, you did. Even you just
Don't
called
ask me.
Tullo.
I have no idea how.
Oh,
You did
Newman,
use
I'm
it.
sorry.
You did use it, but then you called me Tullo. So
Wait, this
I'm awarding no
Thick
points.
boy down low.
is a thick boy down low.
gotta
Tullo
go do a
also,
work.
fun fact, Tullo also said this.
And the winner of that match will go on to face Drew McIntyre for the
How do you get to Drew McIntyre from? Like, I don't
know.
understand that slip. Barskay Center, I understand.
Hold on,
Only
guys.
Only way
Wait.
to explain it is that he actually farted in the moment, and he
Guys, Shebs has called
Shit,
me
I
like
fucked.
40 times during this recording.
I have to go do a work thing downstairs for 2 seconds, so I'll be right back.
Okay, all right.
While you
all
do
right.
this.
Hello? Yo, Shebs.
Hey, what's up?
Yo. What's up, bro? I text you that we're recording. What do you need?
Hold on, are you on like a voice synthesizer? Your voice sounds all fucked up.
No, I'm on the mic. I'm recording. You hear me?
Now I hear you just fine, yeah.
Can you guys hear him?
Unfortunately.
Hear me? I mean, here I am. I didn't know you're doing. I mean, what do you want from me? I'm calling. This is important stuff.
Yeah, but you called me like 40 times. We're doing the. I mean, I'll probably. Yeah, what's up? What do you need?
Well, listen, man. You
I saw your. Yeah.
You don't invite me to the pods anymore. I know I've been banned, from what I understand.
No, you. This is why I picked up because I thought he might say this. No, I just did. I didn't listen. I banned you for a week on the live stream, and then I just haven't really been including you on the email with the Zoom link.
Well, that's a de facto ban. That's like, oh, I didn't ban you. I just didn't tell you when we were doing it or give you the link. It's not very gentlemanly. It's not very.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you think there's a reason for that?
Yeah, because I have important stuff to say, and you're trying to censor it. But here's why I think you're upset. Look, I'll get to the real stuff in a second, but the main reason I called is because, people sometimes don't like my takes, but people always respect them as the most valid. And I think the latest iteration of that is, for weeks I've been sort of ranting about Keith Lee, and I was like, this guy's really not that good. I mean, we all want to like him because, he seems like a friendly Papa Bear, but he's kind of just okay in the ring. I mean, he's good in the ring, but apparently he's not good enough in the ring.
Wait. So are you calling to get a Keith Lee
He's
point
getting
on the pod via my phone, bro? I'll just cut this out. I mean, I'm not going to let you – you're not going to act the way you did, and then you just get to call and rant about Keith Lee again, man.
Okay.
What do you want? Okay? I mean,
Always
I'm going to
gotta
need
make
more
it
than
about
that,
Jeff.
bro.
He always has to make it about him.
First, hear the point I'm making on Keith Lee, and then you could levy out your justice for me, okay?
Okay.
The point is, he's got sent back to the D-League because he's garbage. And Vince knows it, and I know it, and H knows it, and everyone knows it. And all your Cal listeners, they want to like Keith Lee. I say, you go ahead and like Keith Lee. Some people like drinking orange juice after they brush their teeth. I mean, we all know it's not good, but some people are like, oh, I like that. Or I like really, really spicy food that makes you have diarrhea after and it's painful. I don't like that shit. I like good stuff. And Keith Lee is not good, as I said. And that's the point I felt like you should hear. I just wanted to say, I hate to say I told you so. Just kidding. I love to say I told you so, and I told you so.
How does that tie into – dude, I'm cutting this out of the pod. You're just calling to make a point about Keith Lee? I feel like, dude, you were a fucking asshole on the live stream the other day. We was our first live stream. And then I was not letting you on the pod because people didn't like it. The listeners didn't dig it.
Some people,
and you fucking were an asshole. You were a jerk to Tullo also.
Look, some people, Tullo owes me, okay? Some people didn't like it. What? Those people are Muppet babies. Some people, I've heard from many sources, loved it. And they were like, you know what? We like this guy. And I have a feeling he's right about Keith Lee. That's just what people were saying. I don't know. That's what I wanted to call it. No, I really do have a real, look, I will say this. I am sorry about the way I behaved last week on the live stream. I came in a little bit too hot.
Okay.
So, look, Tullo, I love Tullo. We all went to high school together. We've been friends for over 10 years at this point. I love you both. Dan, I love you like a brother. You're my best friend.
Yeah, of course. It's just like you got to just,
Look, Tullo,
I mean, show
I love you.
Show a little respect for what we're doing here. You know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, I don't know how much people respect what I'm doing, but I'm actually adding a lot to this too, and I just make it a little bit harder to digest. But it's a very welcome change of. It doesn't matter. What I bring is valid. What you guys bring is valid. I love you guys, so I am sorry. Newman, Aaron, you guys are fine. You're all right. I mean, you're okay.
All right.
Tullo, I love you. Dan, I love you.
So, dude, just say, listen, if you want, don't throw in these like half-ass, you're actually apologizing, which is huge for you. Just say, I apologize to any listeners of Cow that I offended. Just say that and let it lie. And then,
I will say this.
Well, then maybe we'll be able to hang out.
I don't know if I can apologize to you. I can certainly apologize to Tullo because I was definitely like going in, kind of for fun. Like, obviously, like dialing it up. Like, he knows I didn't mean it. Not to take it personally. I don't know if I, in good faith, earnestly, can apologize to any Cow listeners who I offended. I don't want to apologize to those people. I don't care about those people. I care about you guys. So I'm sorry to you guys. And, man, sometimes when you're playing with fire, sometimes you get burned. And I am that hot fire. So I got to reel it in. I got to be a little bit more responsible.
All right. Tullo, how do you feel about that? I mean, I guess I can't tell him what to say to the list,
Listen, I know Shebs and stuff, so it's all good, man. I really wasn't.
All right, cool. So, all right, Cheb, we're gonna.
Well, look,
I guess I'll leave this in the pod because
I just rather
you,
continue
because,
podcasting.
Yeah, because you actually addressed. I don't know.
Hijack the show.
I'll talk about it after. Are you, by the way? Because Tullo just said there's a snowstorm. Are you still going to Hawaii? You still popping?
Yeah. So first of all, I actually, for whatever reason, I can only hear you. I can't hear those guys. I can just hear you. So, here's the deal. Well, I know why, because I called you on your phone because you won't give me the Zoom link. But that's okay. Maybe you'll give it to me next time. We'll think about it. But you know, I'm going to Hawaii. I'm supposed to fly tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then, like, all of a sudden on Sunday, Monday, like, oh, huge blizzard. Wednesday night into Thursday, all day. It's going to be snowing for like 30 hours. It's going to be like 12 to 18 inches of snow. I might not make it to Hawaii. That sucks. But, you know, like the plan and the reason I wanted to apologize to you guys is because, look, for people who don't know, you know, the behind the scenes, my life has taken a turn. I was engaged. I am not engaged. I live with my parents now because I had to move out of my Brooklyn apartment. And I said, hey, that's pretty chill. Like, living with your parents is dope. However, it'd be a lot cooler if I lived in Hawaii. So I decided to move to Hawaii. I'm leaving town for a little bit. And I didn't want to leave the mainland. I didn't want to leave the contiguous 48 on bad terms with you guys. Like, obviously, look, I was kind of playing around. Maybe I took it too far. But again, it's all in good fun. Like, I feel like I bring something to the table on the podcast, even when it's spicy. But I understand that maybe sometimes I come with a little bit too much spice.
Okay, all right.
I didn't want to leave the contiguous 48 from the mainland with you and me on bad terms, or me and Tullo on bad terms. I just want to call and say, hey, guys, I can see you upset. I'm sorry about that. And now I could go off to Hawaii with a clear conscience. I just want to go to Hawaii with a clear conscience.
Okay, so
that's why I'm apologizing.
All right. We got it. I'll send you the Zoom links again. And when you're in Hawaii, you can pop back on the pod, all right?
There's a time difference, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. All right. So is your flight canceled though? Because you're laying over in LA? We were supposed to hang, right?
Yeah, you were supposed to hang. I got a 5-hour layover. You were gonna pick me up from the airport.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how we were gonna hang out with COVID, but you know, I was gonna see you while I'm in town, and then.
Why do you stop in LAX to go Hawaii? Wouldn't you stop in like something that's more on the equal longitude?
I mean, I'm in New York. LA is like right on the way to Hawaii. I gotta be honest. I had other options. I could have stopped in San Fran. I could have stopped in Phoenix, and I chose to stop in LA.
You can't stop in San Fran because you might be wearing a Randy Orton shirt, which is a no-go in San Francisco. You might have a snake on the shirt.
For those listeners who don't know the reference, Arlen Marmel, former friend of the pod, I guess now sort of like he doesn't care about the pod anymore. He's not around. He famously said that he cannot wear wrestling gear in San Francisco. He couldn't wear Bullet Club shirts or Randy Orton shirts because people are so liberal there that they might be sensitive to the Viper, just the image of a Viper.
I know. All right, Chef, we gotta go back to doing the pod.
Look,
I'll see you tomorrow. Let me know if you're actually coming here so we can do a socially distant hang.
They haven't canceled the flight yet, so I think I'm coming. But I have this like 5-hour layover. It might be tight. Like the flight might be late. I might not have that much time, but. You know, I need to eat In and Out if I'm in LA, so I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, you might have to just keep it warm for me.
All right, okay. We'll figure out the logistics. I'll go pick up the In and Out, whatever.
The logistics is you get me In and Out and just have it waiting for me so I can just
jump off the plane. Shebs, we gotta go.
And get the hell out of there.
All right, we gotta
Still
go.
need
Just
Dan's
text me.
prediction.
We gotta go, bro. Okay, goodbye. You're saying sorry, right? Just say sorry and go.
I already said it. I'm not gonna say it 20 times. I mean, I said it. You have it on recording. I'm not. What am I?
You sound like shit. Are you home?
Yeah, I'm home. Why? What? I sound like? Do I sound like I don't have enough sunlight tanning my skin? Do I sound like I'm not getting beaten by beautiful waves?
Okay.
I'm trying to fix that.
All right. Goodbye, Chefs.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Worth it.
I feel like I have to leave it in because he apologized, and I need that because we got legit complaints about his behavior.
Yeah,
Did he apologize?
He really was fucking insane. I had to take the video down. I had to. I know. I saw that Tullo. David Arquette retweeted. He responded to Tullo. Friend of the show, David Arquette, by the way, former WCW champion.
So fucking good. Oh my god.
Yeah, David Arquette will not die. If you didn't see it, is a great.
Is it on Tubi?
It's not on Tubi yet. No, it's not on
Not
Tubi yet.
yet. Not
On
yet.
Amazon, I rented.
Dan,
But
who do
anyway-
you have in this match, by the way, before we move on to
Oh,
Shebs?
I'm gonna stay with Nia, Shayna,
Okay.
retain. Actually, I think Oscar.
We
I think
all
they're
picked the other one, so
so then I'll just take Nia, Shayna.
Okay.
Because that's what I
Alright.
said first anyway.
Dan does this and somehow ends up winning because of this
I
logic
know, I
that
know.
he has instilled.
Well, no,
well,
that's why
we're
you have
gonna
to change
mix
up
it
the
up.
order. We
Yeah,
gotta
we're
change
gonna
up the
mix
order.
it up. I went first on this one.
yeah.
Newman goes
gotcha.
next on the next one. We're
Anyway,
going
I had to
clockwise.
take down the video. I'm saying I had to take down the video. That's all I'm saying. Of Shebs on that live stream.
Really?
He's so fucking out of control.
Oh
And then
my
like
God.
Skylar Aston was texting me like, "Yo, where's that video?" And I was like, "I can't." I took it down. And it was our
Smart.
first fucking live stream. The guy's such an asshole, but whatever. You
Wow.
apologize. All right.
That's crazy. You got to take it down.
But the thing about Shebs,
I
like,
didn't feel
he
well
literally,
after.
guys, if you don't, he literally does get. He does get like he's like one of those classic like he barks. But if I don't send him the Zoom link, he gets so worked up about it. You know
He's,
what I
like,
mean?
in
It's
his
like I don't need this.
feelings.
He's
Yeah.
like fuck this. I don't need this podcast. But then he needs to get the Zoom link, even though he doesn't pop on every episode. He gets pissed when not having it. All right, let's get back to the predictions. I'm
All
sorry,
right.
guys.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
You want to move on to the next match?
Yes,
All right. Next
I'll
up.
go first, right?
Yeah. Well, Newman will go first. I'm going clockwise on my
Okay,
screen here.
Aaron, you
So
got it. You got it.
next up, yep, we
Wait,
have.
Lock it in. The predictions.
They're locked. For the Raw Tag Team titles, the New Day versus the Hurt Business. Newman.
Hurt Business.
Okay. Nick.
Is it Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander? I would assume. I mean, I'm gonna say Hurt Business. I think they're gonna put a tag title on Cedric Alexander.
Mm,
And I
Wait,
really
what is
love.
this match? It's not Riddle versus Lashley.
it's the
Oh, they're
New
leading
Day.
up to that.
No,
Yeah.
they might add that. That might be a match that's added on. But
That would be
Just
like
the
pre-show
New
material.
Day's the
Tag
New
team
Day's
title.
legacy is cemented, and it's clear that the Hurt Business is like here to stay. The gold is going
Right.
to Hurt Business.
Wait, who's in the Hurt Business in this match? Does it say or just says the Hurt
it's
Business?
Cedric and Shelton Benjamin are the
Oh.
tag team of the Hurt Business. And then
All right, Newman, you chose Cedric,
Yeah, they
Because
got the
Hurt
Hurt
Biz-
Business.
and who did Tullo? You picked?
I picked Hurt Business. Your turn now.
Gotcha. All right.
You clearly don't
shit.
care because you don't even know he's in the match. Is there any stipulations to these first two matches?
No, not the tag matches.
I'm gonna stick with the New Day.
Okay.
New
Aaron,
Day.
who'd you pick?
Let's see.
I think
I'm
Hurt Business is a
going-
good choice though, but I'm gonna choose New Day.
I'm gonna pick New Day also. I'm also trying to kind of like keep
You
it,
know why?
mix it up.
Because New Day rocks.
New Day rocks. Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Are we locking those in? Any
Yeah, let's
tangents?
lock those
Dan?
in.
Yeah, let's lock them in.
All
Not
right,
locked
lock
in.
'em
You're
in.
not allowed
Lock.
to change them. Okay, lock them in.
Okay. So
I'm a
this
thick
is
boy.
probably the maybe a higher profile match, but it's not for a title. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Randall Keith Orton.
Okay.
Nick, you're
I
up
mean,
first.
What's worse?
Too low.
My dad called me, by the way. Can I just say a side thing? My dad called me about Bray Wyatt. I mean, if
He
we never-
called you about.
yeah, my dad called.
And we have to talk about Bray
Yeah, we
Wyatt.
have to talk.
I'm so tempted to call him because,
God,
but we just talked to
kill us.
Shebs on the phone for an hour.
And he took up all the allotted phone call time
Yeah,
for one episode.
But well, maybe we'll call my dad next week about Bray Wyatt. But my dad's like, I'll just do an impression. My dad's
Uh-huh.
like, I saw Raw. I love what they're doing with the scary guy. You know, he's like,
What's his
I
name?
love that he
again?
came out, and my dad, the way he
Brian Wyatt.
yeah, the way my dad describes segments is very funny. It's like he's just like, it's like a list that has like a bunch of spaces between each one. So it's like,
Mhm.
it's like, then there's he, you know, the scary guy. He's out there, but he's not the scary guy. He's got a sweater. He's wearing like a sweater. That was fun, and the puppets. And the puppets, I like the puppets. It's just that stuff's just terrific. That stuff's terrific. And yeah, it's like the mask is good too.
That was dude, man, that was spot on.
Man, we should compare that to. I should call my dad next time.
Record
We
it.
should have him. We should have him describe that segment to me. It's so good.
I love this. So we got lit on. I mean, Randy tried to kill Bray Wyatt. Literally.
Yeah, so that segment was
Mhm.
really fucking good.
Yeah.
I love bringing the Firefly Funhouse, which was they called it a
Hide and seek.
field trip, which was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
funny. To they had him in there, but so then he was like, Randy tried to light the Fiend on fire, but the Fiend's able to pop out of the box and give him the mandible claw. Great.
What was Randy's murder strategy here? Like to like he put him in like a metal box and then lit that metal box on fire. Was he hoping to like cook him inside?
Was it
Like,
metal?
what-
I thought it was wood.
It was
It
like
looked
a
metal
crate
to me.
I thought it was a wood crate.
I thought it was wood also.
It was, I mean, clearly made of metal.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so
yeah, it would have gone
think
up
when he
burning
was trying to
embers.
he was
right
just trying to
away.
heat him up a little bit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like what? Yeah, he's like a broiled
He
Wyatt.
wanted to broil.
He was like smoking him.
Yeah.
Like a green egg, like smoking him
Smoked
on
them
the
into
inside.
Fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. It was.
Low
He
and
was, he was
slow.
more cooking him than anything. He was buttering him up for the match. He didn't want to murder him, right?
Right.
But it is so funny in wrestling when they attempt murder, and there's no consequences for that. But like you
Yeah.
get suspended for just like attacking somebody with a punch, like during
Taking
a
an
match.
Adderall too.
Like if
I
you
was
punch
just
Adam
about to say
Pierce,
taking
you
an
get
Adderall.
if you punch Adam Pierce, right? The last suspension I remember was somebody beat up Adam Pierce, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So if you beat up Adam Pierce, you get suspended. But if if you have a scheduled match with someone, you're allowed to incinerate them.
Yeah.
Attempt murder.
And if it's Pat Buck and Drew McIntyre and Sheamus powerbomb them through a table backstage because they're just messing around, you don't get suspended for that though.
Yeah.
Only if you punch Adam Pierce in the face. That's it.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk to Vince about the rules.
Yeah.
See what's
Fair enough for us.
what's fair game here and what's not.
So Tullo, who do you have in this match?
Yeah.
Fiend or America's stepdad?
I'm gonna go with the nightmare that haunts me all the time. I'm gonna go with the Fiend.
Yo, when is it? Did they announce when the Slammies are? By the way.
Yes.
Yeah, they're taking votes. And
They're
stuff
happening
now.
at 10. It's happening at 10 a.m. on like a weekday,
Like
like the 20th, maybe.
Oh well, the 20th is Sunday. That's the day
oh,
of
maybe
tables,
it's-
ladders, and chairs. So
Oh, so they're
Sunday's
probably
like the weekday of the weekend, though.
I was kind of hoping that maybe that the
Looking it up.
Slammies are at the TLC and we can use them as a tiebreaker because one of them is like best like gear. One of them's best gear of the
Oh.
year, and it's like Drew,
Yeah.
Sasha. It's
that's
one of them
Carmella.
is randomly Shinsuke.
I know. I
He's wearing
saw
the
that.
same gear he's wore for like 4 years straight.
They just
Gotta
threw
be a
him a
rib.
bone. Threw him a bone.
Yeah, they're just throwing Shinsuke a bone, man.
Slammy
all right.
nominee.
December 23rd.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah,
or
Passaparties hit
Wednesday.
us in the. He said it's
Oh, he did?
December 23rd. Okay. What are we choosing? everyone
Well,
choose?
we're choosing
Who's up?
Fiend Bray Wyatt. Nick picked the Fiend. Dan, on to you next.
So he's wrestling the Fiend. He's not wrestling Sweater Bray, right?
Correct.
Fiend Bray Wyatt. Yeah.
What happened to Alexa? She's been gone 2 weeks now.
Really interesting because if you think about it in terms of story, Randy does not need a. He does not need to be changed. He's already into his best form, right?
Mhm.
Right.
There's no
So-
changing the Viper.
He already and he has a condition already. He has
Intermittent.
IED, intermittent explosive disorder.
Explosive disorder.
Yeah.
Improvised
Not to be
explosive
confused
device.
with an not to be confused with an IED,
I said ID.
He
right?
suffers from
Which is what
IED.
an improvised explosive device. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that
Roadside
count
bomb.
as, if you make those? Does that count as improv training?
Mm-hmm.
Folks. Yeah. So I think the winner of this match is Fiend, but it's so many losses for Randy this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he won the title, so whatever.
All right, I'll just go Fiend.
And
but
he's
I mean,
winning 2020 in general. So
I think it's Fiend because that's you keep this, but Fiend is the baby face, right? So interesting this match because
Well,
it's like Randy beating Fiend. It's not like you're like now Fiend needs to avenge that. He still
think-
feels like a heel,
I
right?
think the story, the real narrative of this is that Randy's looking for the Fiend's weakness, right? So he thought it was Alexa,
Yeah, I'm
and
going
it's not.
Randy.
and then he
you're picking
thought,
Randy?
He thought
Yeah.
he can kill the Fiend by killing Bray. If he kills Bray, then the Fiend is dead, which is not. So
No, I'm going Randy.
he's gonna have to find something.
I'm going to pick Randy also. Newman,
And-
I'll kick it over to you.
Also, Randy.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. I'm by myself on.
Yeah,
Fiend
that's good for
Island.
you. That's good for you. Oh, that's
Oh, good for you.
Don't you
Now,
miss
did they
him
say what
already?
that match is? Is that in a?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to be a whatchamacallit.
Like a
film-
pre-recorded joint?
Yeah, like whatever those are called.
Do you think
Cinematic,
Becky's been back in the
match.
gym yet?
Yes.
It's been
She hasn't
about
stopped.
2 weeks.
She was probably doing CrossFit up until the day she gave birth.
Yeah, she's on. She
Bad
was
idea.
on the Black and the Brave Instagram on like a on a
On the
bike.
bike. Yeah, I saw that.
Hella pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, true.
And Renee posted a baby bump. Do you see that?
I didn't see the pic.
Yeah, little Gian Mixley. You can check it out on the Oral Sessions. That's the name of her podcast,
Mm-hmm.
which I listened to CM Punk on there. We talked about that last week. It was a pretty interesting conversation. And CM Punk, I always have the same thesis about CM Punk, which is just not a guy I'm interested in hanging out with. You know,
No.
a big fan of his work, but I think I'm good on, I think I'm good. I like the relationship he and I have now, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Which is
That's
none.
fair.
Non-existent.
Yeah.
Like he's an example of like a don't meet your heroes kind of thing. Like I know if I meet him, like he will be ruined. He'll be
Like, what's up?
immediate. Like I
Yeah.
can tell, I can feel it. Because I'm such a big. I feel like he's so important in wrestling. Even as time goes by, he feels less and less important. But he is the fucking man when it comes to wrestling. All right. Anyway, where are we at?
All right. Next up, we have Sasha Banks versus Carmella in a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the
Oh, how
SmackDown Women's Championship.
Aaron, how many TLC matches are on this card? Actual TLC matches? I know
3.
3 at least.
3.
Yeah.
So this is the first one that we're
All the main-
Both
talking
title
about here.
matches are TLC matches. Both
Mhm.
the Raw and SmackDown men's titles are SmackDown, and then so
And
all
this
of all the titles that are on the line are TLC matches except for the tag.
And in
Yeah.
TLC matches, it's still hung above the ring, right? Speaking of,
Yes.
did you hear the new title raising sound that happened on Raw?
Oh, I think I did hear it.
I
I was like,
did,
what
but
is
it was
that?
like whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah,
It got interrupted, right?
Oh, something weird.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's it might be the cage lowering, but in reverse. And when you play it in reverse, it does
Right,
that.
right,
It does,
right.
that
It
noise
does the same
instead.
thing. That's
it
funny.
was so fun. I was like, what the fuck was that?
That's
noise?
fine. I
Like,
noticed that.
We're gonna have to get that noise.
I have it here
Let's
actually.
see.
I'm a thick boy down low.
Dan, you're up.
Correct.
So
So they're all ladder matches in
yeah, which
And
match are we talking about?
which is
We're talking
which
about
is awesome.
Sasha versus Carmella in a TLC match.
Okay, so let me break this down. So Sasha Carmella,
Mm-hmm.
Sasha's on. By the way, can I take a sidebar?
Yep.
I just
Sidebar.
I'm caught up on the Mandalorian entirely.
Same.
Nice, congrats.
I worked with an actress who was on the Mandalorian. Had a good time asking her every single question about the Mandalorian. It was a blast. She was cool. She's awesome. She was jacked up, real jacked woman. It was
Wow.
awesome. And I got to Sasha, and I was expecting a more substantial part for Sasha. I felt like
Oh,
the
yeah.
hype was like, not only is her part, she's not even the main of her part. She's in a trio. She's has the classic pro wrestling part on something, which is the muscle in a trio. Like she's the Shield. She's not even like the reins of the Shield of this Shield trio in the Mando Shield. She is like the Rollins, right?
Yeah, she's the Seth.
She's the Seth of the Mando.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
being
she's
said,
the hired gun.
I thought it was really cool how she looks in the Mandalorian outfit because she still looks small and like kind of sexy, like
Yeah.
in it. And you never see because I mean, you don't see any Mandos moving like a woman, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought like I could feel the Sasha Banks swag in there. What's the story of her getting that part? I kind of ignored reading that. Did you guys see that? She
No,
put
I
out a
don't
thing
know.
of the story about how she got the part.
Oh,
I'll
Um,
have to check that out. I didn't see
yeah,
it.
yeah. Phil, maybe look that up. She told the story about how she got the part. I think that's interesting. But yeah, she looks like a fucking $1 million in that part. I hope they up her part a little bit. You know,
I think
She's
they'll be
like
back.
looking at the gun when she's like staring, like she's picking up like the weapon and she's looking at him. Like, yeah, that's awesome.
I think that they'll all. I think that that
Oh,
clan
okay.
will.
I
will-
have the story.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
I think that
I
clan.
don't know
will
if it's
come back.
good. You think what?
It's okay. She said John Favreau came to her after he saw
In
her
a dream?
episode of Hot Ones. And he really liked her and got her contact information. And he asked her over FaceTime
Ones?
if she wanted to be on Mando.
Hot
That's-
ones.
That's
Yeah.
a crazy story.
Yeah.
You know what's so fucking
Favreau
nuts?
watches Hot Ones and liked
Dude,
Sasha Banks on it. So.
Okay, you know
I
what is
believe
so
that.
nuts about this always blows my mind. I've talked about this before, but like this is just another example. Is how I'm so sick of like these big Hollywood guys pretending they're discovering wrestlers. Like it is so annoying. Like
Right.
you should just already be casting wrestlers. Stop pretending you found John Cena after he's already the 13-time champion. Like, sorry, like Judd Apatow, who I actually have met a bunch of times, was my wife's boss for a long time, and is a really nice guy. I can vouch firsthand. Okay, I'll give it all good for me
Oh, good for you.
because I'm saying that I know Judd Apatow. Okay,
Gimmick infringement on Skylar Aston's part.
absolutely. Name dropping. No, but I'm saying that. But also, like, dude, you can't be like, is it John? Like, I've seen him in interviews be like, is it John Cena so funny? Like, I can't believe this guy's so funny. You're like, if you're good at pro wrestling, you can do anything in fucking Hollywood. I'm sorry. Like, especially with Hollywood Magic and 40 million takes. I mean, The Mandalorian, they make Gina Carano look like a decent actress, and she's maybe the worst
Woof.
actress in Hollywood.
Did you
Just
see my
maybe
favorite
up
part
there.
in that where she's like looking up Bill Burr in the computer
Uh-huh.
and she's doing the acting of like, oh yeah, I'm listening to looking up something on a computer acting. It was just like, oh god, she can't even like get that across.
Well, I'm glad. Even Bill Burr, it's a great point. It's like, yo, if you're on stage, these people are capable. Everybody's Bill
Yeah.
Burr is great at Mandalorian. Like Bill
Awesome.
Burr is a
Yeah, I love
great
him.
actor, I think.
Yeah.
personally.
Mhm. Especially
He
in the last episode.
And he
Yeah.
was awesome in the one with what's his name?
Pete
Breaking
Davidson,
Bad on AMC.
Pete Davidson.
Low Winter Sun.
King of
King
Staten
of
Island.
Staten
King of
Island.
Staten Island,
Oh,
King of
loved
Staten-
him in King of Staten Island.
And also John Favreau wrote that part specifically for Sasha Banks.
So
what does that
that's
mean?
what
She doesn't do anything.
yeah,
He
that's,
saw her
that's
and wanted her in it, so maybe I don't know. Maybe there was only like 2 Mandos in that
He's like,
sequence.
oh,
but
here's the
he's like,
idea. Here's the idea. You're part of the Kreese clan, and you're Bo-Katan's like gunner, right? And I loved what you did on Hot Ones. So we're gonna have snot running down your face the whole time, and you're gonna be crying and sweating. It's gonna
He
be
probably just thought she was a babe he had never seen before.
let's be honest.
She's gonna be in the next Chef as the 3rd girlfriend.
Aaron, thank you for saying it. But here's what I would say is that I think Sasha Banks is a magnet.
unit.
She
Yeah.
is like she has the star magnetism. She
The
is
boss.
beautiful. She is, but it's beyond just looks. Like she has she pops off the screen. Like she pops off. So you're like, it's not surprising to me that Jon Favreau would see her and be like, this person belongs on cinematic cameras, right? That's not surprising to me. What's annoying to me is the disrespect wrestling gets, where you're like, oh, this should be a talent pool that's constantly being pulled from. Okay.
Right.
Like it's not even, it's just like, what's there even to talk about? Look at The Rock. Everything he touches, even if people are like, they still don't understand that the reason he's successful is because wrestling is the best way to find talent. True, pure talent. It requires too many skills. Now she could do stage combat. She could do anything. That's how high I hold it. Like Miz, the reason Miz sucks is because they put him in that shitty Marine movie. Like those Marine movies, it's
So
a
bad.
snooze.
Yeah.
Because the Marine movie is Vince writing. They're like cosplaying Hollywood actors as opposed to just letting Miz do his fucking thing. You're telling me Miz can't be amazing in a movie? Like Miz is like
They did improv in the middle of the ring this week.
right.
They literally
mean-
said it. I mean, they didn't do it, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying they're doing
Well,
a skit in the
Tullo,
middle of
I
the
do
ring.
want to talk about that segment.
Well, first of all, wait a
I'll-
minute. Wait.
Yeah.
If they skits, Tulo.
I'm just
skits-
saying. I'm
Yeah,
just
Tullo,
saying.
that was,
it's
like,
it's-
insulting.
Oh,
This is
God.
this
Hang
is Miz.
on.
But no, we're just watching Miz. We're watching Miz. You can
No,
tell that's
Miz
all
sucked
led
this
by
week.
Miz.
Miz
thought he
sucked
sucked
balls
this
this week.
I
Oh,
love
dude,
him.
that opening segment of Raw was a fucking embarrassment.
I think that has to do with him.
Abysmal.
I honestly
The night
think everybody
before
was
TLC.
failing around him, and I think
I
that's
gotta
why,
tell you-
that's why I said it was failed. It was like failed improv because the other guys had no idea what the fuck they were doing, and Miz was just couldn't wrap it all in.
Well, I mean, if you think improv is just like go, but all right, listen. I want to finish my star point, but here's the other point about Sasha Banks in The Mandalorian, because I just want to point this out, because if you look at Roman Reigns in Hobbs and Shaw, and you look at Sasha in Mandalorian, what is the common denominator? The lack of lines.
Yeah.
And so I believe that I say Sasha is one of the greatest almost talents of all time. And I would not be shocked if Favreau got her on set. It was like, look at her. All right, we're going to do amazing things. And then he started testing with her, and he's like, oh, shit. Like,
Well, I was waiting
cannot
until you
deliver a
watched it
line.
because the way she talked in Mandalorian was not different than Sasha Banks talking in ring. She still had that
Yeah.
same cadence to her voice, and I was like, wow, like that really is, I guess, just how she's
I would bet
talking.
that's similar to Hobbs and Shaw, Roman Reigns. All of his lines hit the floor. Okay, and this is after he's already like the 8-time WWE champion. We're not talking about like a coming up Roman Reigns, you know.
Yeah.
That like Sasha did not deliver properly on set. Now that being said, I don't think she can't do it. Like I think it's her first time breaking into Hollywood, so I don't think that she's incapable. But I wouldn't be shocked if they cut a bunch of her lines, because
Yeah.
clearly the lead woman is like that classically trained British actress. She
Right.
doesn't even look tough at all. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, all right, we need you. You got to
She's
drive
from,
this
like,
whole thing because she looks
Battlestar
good.
Galactica, I think.
Yeah, well, she plays that same character in the Clone Wars cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, she was great, but she was clearly that. So that was my other point, is that I also think I understand her getting cast. So there's 3 points. 1 point, annoyed with Hollywood pretending they're discovering wrestlers. Fuck that, okay? But that is also Vince's fault. Vince should be making great movies for people like Sasha Banks, for The Miz. They should have their studio. Scientology is a fucking studio, okay? Ooh.
Yeah, and they made
Guys,
Jack
I'm
Reacher.
oh my God, guys! Sorry, I'm going all over the place today. All right, work or shoot. You guys want to play work or shoot?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
You guys want to? All right, let's play work or shoot. I don't have music for work or shoot. But
Oh, Aaron, I think Sasha's gonna win. That's my.
Oh, okay.
All right, you guys ready for work or shoot? Tom Cruise screaming on set about COVID restrictions. Did you hear it?
Shoot. I listened to it. What a hero. It's a shoot.
Did you hear it though? Did you?
Yeah, I
listen
listened to the whole thing.
To it? I
didn't
listened
hear
to it twice. All right. Well, Phil already voted. The smooth operator. Okay. Here's the deal, Aaron. You're
Yeah.
very well versed in Scientology.
Yes.
I am as well, but I think you're even more than I am. But I've watched
Probably.
the Leah Remini show. Highly recommend it. Scientology is a disgusting scam that deserves to be taken down. I don't have a kind word to say about that disgusting organization. Okay,
Yeah. It's a cult.
and Tom Cruise directly is responsible for financially and familially ruining many people's lives as the face of Scientology. So he's not a good guy. I'm sorry. He's just not a good person. You're not going to convince me. Yes, this moment was good, but also, okay, so let's take it a step further. So it's honestly, fuck Tom Cruise. I hear he's like on set. It's like he's got cool energy, and I've never met
Well,
a
yeah,
person.
because he's trying to. That is a work. That's his gimmick. Is that
Right.
he's like Mr. Tom Cruise?
Well, and he's so deep in Scientology. Like I say this about other Scientology actors. It's like
Right.
that's why they're like why Elizabeth Moss is really good, because they train you in like how to channel certain emotions, and like you're so in touch with that Tom Cruise can come off as like cool dude, great energy on set, but it's a work.
But Aaron, like nothing matters. Like that's what's so. That's what these wrestling fans. Like I feel like we do have this superpower where like every person I know was like, I got so many texts being like, hey, I know like I don't like Tom Cruise that much, but this is pretty cool what he did. And I was like, yeah, man. I mean, how long till you guys are sending me this shit about Trump? How long till people are like, yo, I know Trump's like a D-bag, but like this thing he did is cool. Don't be fucking fooled. Like Tom Cruise is never, he should apologize until he apologizes publicly for his involvement in this scam that is literally ruining people's lives. Leah Remini was at his wedding, directly at his wedding to Katie Holmes. Mm-hmm. That ruined her fucking life for a while because she asked where David Miscavige's wife was. And it like tore her apart, right? Yeah. Oh, God, I'm fucking dying. But anyway, the thing is, let's just go back to Work or Shoot, the game. Mm-hmm. Work or Shoot. All right, Work or Shoot. Do you think that there's any chance this is a Scientology work?
Yes.
Because Scientology, this is built right into their PR playbook. They spend most of their money on their image. You know what I mean? And PR.
I see where
this
you're
makes
going
Scientology.
with this.
And as a matter of fact, apparently they plant stories whenever he has movies coming out. They like plant stories to like boost his PR.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a whole like save a squirrel from a tree or some shit.
Well, now
right
that I have
before
all
his
these
movies come out.
facts, work, lock it in.
All right,
yeah,
Tullo,
I thought you
work.
meant like, was he actually freaking out, or was he doing this to like be a hero on set? Because I really do think that. Yeah, I'm getting.
You know what I'm learning?
Confused.
You know what I'm learning is that whenever I see anything like this, I just don't even bother believing what it like. Whenever something like this happens, I'm like, I don't care. Like,
yeah,
this,
but Tullo, don't go so far that you're like anti-vax or something.
No. I'm just saying, like, I don't believe anything that comes out anymore. So when something like that happens, I'm not gonna care to like. So many people are like, I got it.
So wait, are we saying that this was fake? Like that someone like recorded it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Newman, where are you at? I got to hear you.
It's a work.
Like it was a performance.
It's a work. It's a performance. That morning, I would not be surprised if it was like, all right, we're going to do, Tom, remember, we're going to do the COVID freak out thing. We're going to get it on camera or on tape. We're going to release it to make people think that, it was a healthy dose of cynicism is required when you're dealing with anybody who's like has such a stake in their personality and reputation. As like a currency, right? So it was 100% just for the meme.
Oh, see, I thought he really did freak out, but I thought that it was, I naively thought maybe it was captured, but that he was freaking out. He saw what happened with the people standing too close to one another and was genuinely concerned that this production of his was going to be shut down. And then he lost it in a theatrical way.
It's his production?
Well,
is he producing it, or is he on set?
I don't know if it's his production company, but it's the 7th Mission Impossible movie. It's directed by what's his face, but it's a Tom Cruise movie. He pulls all the strings.
He's like the EP, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he's
exactly.
like but he's like, I'm on the phone with insurance companies every night.
Yeah. Doctors, like, producers.
I'm sorry,
that's
you're not.
I sleep with.
What I want you to do, Janet, is I want you to do your fucking job.
Yeah.
Magnolia. All right.
I never saw Magnolia. Is it good?
I didn't even watch it.
It's amazing.
I guess my point was when I see something like this,
put it on my list to watch.
Watching it, like I'm just like, all right, whatever,
Anyway, we're so off on the tangent here, but I honestly believe that if it's not a work, I'll call it a work, but if it's not a work, I'm saying that came out in Scientology. There's been conversations there about how to get it, the reach of it as far as it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Do you think for a second that any audio would leave that set unapproved?
Yeah, no way.
No way.
Well, yeah, and I guess to like leak it, it's like if he's freaking out because he saw 2 people standing close to one another, if this happened, he would fire the whole crew, I imagine, if it was something that.
Yeah. There's no way. Nothing leaves that set without his express approval.
I changed my
mind. But here's the other thing I'll say.
That's interesting.
Here's the other thing I'll say is let's break it down like this. The guys you could hear these guys in the video being like, sorry, Mr. Cruz. Like kind of like they're that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's how they would take it? I guess that's another way to think about it. Like, do you like he's getting embarrassed in front of everybody, do you just go like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Cruz," like, "Mr. Cruz, I'm sorry, Mr. Cruz."
Vinny Barbarino.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
Cruz.
Mr.
Up
Cruz.
your nose with
Travolta.
the rubber hose, Mr. Cruz. You know, Mr. Cruz, baby, Mr. Cruz. I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again, Mr. Cruz. Like, if Tom Cruise yelled at me, I don't give a who the fuck he is. If he yelled at me, like, I'd be like that. I'd be like, "All right, fuck off. I'm leaving."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I would be like,
I mean,
if Tom Cruise yelled
you're
at
not
me,
gonna
I
talk
would be
to me
like,
like that.
don't talk to me that way, Tom.
I've been up since 3 a.m. putting up a light so that you don't have a wrinkle on your fucking forehead, and you're gonna yell at me, embarrass me in front of on a 1,000-person set, and stop pretending like what we're doing here is really important. We're making Mission Impossible 7. I mean,
Yeah. How impossible are these missions if there's been this many of them?
oh my God, he's acting like he's fucking curing cancer. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Oh, man. He's like, "We're saving lives here by me
He's
fucking walking
single-handedly
with suction cups
saving
on a fucking
the industry.
You know he's hosting Scientology parties at his fucking house every night. He's got 60
Well, that's the
people
thing
there,
too.
no
It's
one
like
masked. They're all fucking COVID.
Guys, he
Scientology
literally
wants to
said-
get in the good graces of
Yeah.
COVID, I guess, even
Yeah.
though they're known Trump supporters.
You just fuck Tom Cruise. He's not a good person. That's the bottom line. I'm sorry. He might be fun to be around. He has a good energy. That's cool. Everybody has a friend who's cool at parties, but he's not there for you in the clinch, man. And that's
Well,
fucking-
and
With
he
that
also
being
like
said, yeah.
if you're not the one who's like refilling the gas tank on his Ducati and like tending to it for 50 cents a day.
Oh,
With that
Yeah,
being said, I'm gonna go
anyway.
Sasha, lock it
Okay.
in.
what an ending.
I'm gonna take
Sasha liking
Carmella.
it. Oh my God. Yo, we gotta edit that like fucking prediction. Like, this is our Sasha prediction, which takes a full hour viewer.
Favreau all the way into Hot Ones
Oh
down
my God.
Scientology Boulevard. Dan, you were supposed to go first, but you haven't picked yet. Who do you got?
Okay.
It's tough
this
for me.
is-
I mean,
I don't even remember what this match is, but I'm gonna choose Sasha.
Carmella.
There's no chance, Carmella. I mean, unless it's a schmaz, you know.
Ellsworth sweeps in.
oh my God, another.
Oh
one.
my God, me and Tech Tullo were texting about that actually.
Opportunistic Ellsworth.
I think that Carmella. By the way, can we talk about Carmella's new entrance? It was great.
Yeah, incredible.
Fun.
What
I
a
mean,
production.
again, I don't understand why WWE has curtains that have folds in them. You know what I mean? You're like, why?
Pleats.
They don't have
Eat those pleats.
eat the pleats like my fucking thighs, baby. Did I text you guys that picture of my
Yes.
legs eating those pleats?
Yeah.
Text.
Text with Dan. That's what you get. You get
Yeah.
pictures of his quads exploding
Yeah,
through
yeah.
the cleats in his pants.
Oh man, I was fucking working out hard. I'm drinking pre-workouts before I fucking work. I'm like, it's fucking 8 in the morning. I'm like,
So my girlfriend was drinking. She got this like powdered drink or something from a friend of ours. And,
Yeah.
like, she was drinking it like twice a day, and like at the end of the day, she's like, "Fuck! I just like I feel so anxious, and I'm like I like a ball of energy, and I'm like, what is this stuff you're drinking?" I look and it's like amino proteins, fucking pre-workout. I'm like, what are you drinking this for? You're not doing anything. You're just drinking this stuff like it's iced tea, and then
No,
like,
if you drink a pre-workout to not work out,
No.
that
Oh my
is
God.
the worst thing you could
Not
do.
safe.
yeah.
You
so
You have to work it off. You have to work
Yeah.
it off.
she's like, I don't know why I feel like so anxious. I'm like, what are you drinking? It's pre-workout. You're getting jacked up for no reason.
Oh man. Anyway, wait, did I pick yet?
You picked Sasha.
Oh, so I loved Carmella's entrance, and also she had like a champagne bottle service. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
But like, I don't. Carmella's not. They're still billing her from Staten Island. No offense to our SI listeners. I'm from LI. Not much better. But if you're billed from Staten Island, you're still trash, right? I mean, in kayfabe. So Ellsworth coming back with her, but in a tux. Yo, Tuxworth. I would
As
love
her sommelier.
Ellsworth would have had an umbrella to keep
Isn't
the
he a
sun off
known?
of her.
Isn't he a
Come
known?
on.
Yeah.
Isn't he a known
canceled.
kid toucher though? So
Oh,
Well, he
that
was
doesn't stop
virtual
WWE
kid
from bringing
toucher.
anybody back. So
really?
All right.
yeah.
Ellsworth, he looks like a kid touch. Don't touch kids if you look like you touch kids.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't
come
do it.
on, man.
Can't do it.
Jesus Christ. All right, I'm going to choose Sasha.
Okay. Next up on the card, we have Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in a tables,
This is a
ladders,
great
and chairs
episode.
match for a
We're
WWE
knocking it out of the park
champion.
every fucking week. I'm sorry. And what do you say?
Universal Championship.
Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Do I go first?
No, I go first.
Okay.
I'm picking Roman Reigns.
Lock it in.
Locked in.
Man, this match is gonna.
Newman,
fucking
kick it
rock.
over to
Thick
you.
boy down low.
Reigns.
Okay.
Reigns, lock it in.
Nick, who you got?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be Reigns. Lock it
Okay.
in.
It's gonna be reigning Reigns.
Kevin Owens is killing it.
I'm not choosing Kevin Owens. I'm
It's
choosing
not
Reigns.
happening,
This is
yeah.
going to be a decisive, dominant victory of a huge Jack Star beating up a fat man.
Even though the fat man has his friends, table, ladder, and chair.
I gotta say, I love Kevin Owens. I have a ton of Kevin Owens merch.
Dan,
Deeply one of my guys.
they brought the dad story full circle when Roman
Yes.
like looked into the camera and was like,
Yeah.
I'm talking to he's like your wife, and then he's like, tell you if you're his kids, you know, like pay
Good
attention,
point.
tell your dad to stop.
Not only,
I'm like,
not
That
only
was
is
terrific.
not only is
Yeah, that
Roman
was
Reigns
great.
firing on all cylinders, he found additional cylinders and is
Yeah.
firing on those as well.
Oh,
He
yeah.
grabbed
He's
him,
like
now
a
he's
He
firing.
got the
VIP
nos.
right
He hit the
now.
nos.
The
Yeah.
only thing about Roman
Monica.
Reigns, that is not is I just have the minor complaint. By the way, love his kicks.
Oh,
See?
you're rocking the
Whoa.
Jordans.
What do you got, joggers
See,
on?
Those look good with the joggers, Dan. That's
See, now we're
authorized.
talking,
That's
Dan.
authorized.
Hey, you know what? Wow. Uh-oh. Easy.
These are
What
Nike joggers.
you showing off your ass?
These are $110 sweatpants. Okay.
We're wearing a fuckboy tuxedo right now.
Fuck,
A t-shirt with your own name on it. A headband with the name of the show we're
Tuxedo.
doing on it.
Absolutely, it's
$110
branding.
sweats and Jordans.
I'm a big brander. Yeah, Roman. My only complaint with him is it's so minor. I said is that he says head of the table instead of which is better than but it's too many heads of the tables. Like actually, I think tribal chief is a cooler thing to call himself more often. Like he should say both, but he should be I'm the tribal chief. Like that feels like a title you want to lock in. But calling yourself the head of the table is a describing term for tribal chief.
Right.
He's using head of the table as a proper noun, and it's odd, right?
Right.
So I think he's just like a little off there, but still, Roman Reigns. Whew. I mean, sorry, Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns. This is the deal. If a jacked up, gorgeous guy is firing on all cylinders, and you don't have to. You don't have to be a jacked up dude, but if a jacked up dude is firing on all cylinders, you look like an out of shape guy, and that's what Kevin Owens. To be honest. I'm watching these segments just being like, I'm not even interested in this match that much because I'm like, this is such a clear beatdown for Roman Reigns.
But
Like,
it's not gonna be like that, man.
You don't think
way.
so? Well, because of the ladders and chairs.
Yeah, of course. And also, this is like Kevin Owens' like specialty. He loves this stuff, man. He doesn't care.
Well, he's getting painted into this being his specialty because Roman is such a more traditional talent that they have to book Kevin Owens like, I use chairs and ladders. That's why anyone casual person watching this will understand why this Adonis is fighting this guy in a cutoff t-shirt and old gym shorts.
Works, man. It's, hey, listen, Mankind used to face The Rock, right?
No, I love it.
It's
It
like
actually
kind of is that.
Oh, man, I'm
Foley
fired up
to The
today.
Rock.
But that's why Roman, I've always said, is the guy, like, he's always fits into that spot as the guy to beat. That's the perfect spot where he is. So then an untraditional talent like Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens, by the way. I'm ripping on him, but he can handle it. He can handle it. Yeah, so we'll all choose Roman
We
Reigns,
all chose
correct?
Roman. All right, so last on the card, Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles in a TLC match for the WWE Championship. Newman, you're
Man,
up first.
I'm excited for that match.
Yeah,
I
me
gotta
too.
be honest. AJ Drew, that is fun.
Yeah. And I can like the slightest change. Drew walking around in the kilt and that long sleeve tight shirt has just absolutely like just brought it all together for me.
The
now.
black kilt. He has the wrestling kilt. You're right. I noticed it.
He's
He
got
has the
different
black
kilts.
kilt, which is the promo kilt.
Folks.
He's got promo kilt, and then he has entrance kilt.
Right. The promo kilt has the little rings, the silver rings on it. It's like
The
a
entrance
goth
kilt's the one that
kilt.
Sheamus found, right?
Yeah.
Sheamus found it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the sword.
Yeah, man, the sword. I was actually in my garage the other day. I found
we
your
also-
dad's sword and kilt. Newman, where you at?
I think.
Newman's really thinking right now.
Well, because I mean, obviously it's going to be.
Newman,
This
think,
is
take your time, take your time.
this is not my
I'm
lock
a
in.
thick
I'm just
boy
I'm
down
just
low.
He's
I'm
thinking.
talking it out,
Yeah.
right? So like obviously it's going to be Drew, right? But we've already taken the belt off of Drew once, so it wouldn't be a big deal for him to lose it again. Because he'll just get it back. You can't underestimate Vince's desire to undercut the Kenny Omega stuff, even subliminally with like Bullet Club people winning main titles on his show, right?
Ooh, wow.
Because everybody else has one right now.
Because everybody else has one. I'm gonna play it safe and say Drew. You can lock that in, but I
Okay.
will not be shocked if AJ wins.
Vince champion.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Tullo?
All Bullet Club members have won something recently. Yeah, I mean, there's also the Money in the Bank briefcase looming around again.
Traditionally cashed in. It's only been cashed in mid-match, truly once at WrestleMania 31. So that doesn't. It might. That odds are will not affect the match. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Drew.
Okay. Dan, on to you.
Me.
I think it's just silly to, unless they're trying to give
Yeah, I
Drew
mean,
more
I-
title reigns. I don't see why they would. AJ doesn't need the title.
Yeah,
although,
it's true.
Yeah.
It's just true. I'm just not picking AJ. I'm picking Drew. But I
Agree.
think AJ thinks I don't want AJ. AJ doesn't need to the title until I get true phenomenal AJ Styles again, and then he can keep winning,
and he's-
winning.
He's trying to take. Now he's like forming this into his new version of
Right.
phenomenal. You know.
Well, we all picked the same for the last two matches, but it's a mix-up for the first four. So
Cool.
this
Okay.
is anybody's game.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So yeah.
I'll
All
be
right.
right back.
Last thing I want to talk about is, and then we'll head out of here. Is just that. Okay.
Danny, relax.
All right. Tulo's gone again.
Perfect. Right at the
And-
end. Great.
Okay. Oh, I just want to say Kenny popped in on Impact. I just want to mention this here in the main pod. Is Kenny popped in on Impact, and he's gonna wrestle apparently with the Bullet Club guys. With the what are those guys called again? Gallows and Anderson,
yeah.
and against Rich Swann and Motor City Machine. What are those guys called? Motor City
don't know.
Machine Guns or something? Yeah, I think that's their name. Yeah. So Kenny's wrestling on Impact. That's fucking cool.
That's
It's gonna make me watch Impact because last week I didn't enjoy watching it, and then next week, if Kenny's on it, all right, fuck it, I'll watch it. And the last thing I want to say is, yeah, we played into Kevin Owens. People were asking me because they didn't understand this because I said this on a bonus episode. I want to bring this to the main pod. The gimmick I was pushing, we were talking about dads. Why Tullo said that. I'm pushing a character called. It's called Day Job. It's not a dad gimmick. People keep thinking it's a dad gimmick. It's Day Job. It's a guy who wrestles as his day job because it's his number one skill in life. You know?
Mhm.
It's like
Uh-huh.
he went to his guidance counselor. He's like, I think based on your skills here, you'd be best to be a professional wrestler. But he's really a family guy. So he comes in. He's not really concerned with being flashy and this and that. He's just doing it for his family. It's not like I'm doing this to put food on my kid's table. It's like, I'm here to make a paycheck. This is a great way to make a living. And then
This is
that's
all
it.
I'm good at.
Day job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not on wrestling right now. He's taking the pandemic really seriously, so he's not wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So anyway, that was the gimmick I want. I want a wrestler named Day Job. I think it'd be good.
Okay.
All right, look. We'll be watching the paper. Okay. We'll be watching the pay-per-view this Sunday, December 20th. In the Kalamazoo Thunderdome here at the $10 patron level. Thank you guys. Our patrons are going up because you are appreciating all the work we're putting into this podcast, so I appreciate that. Sign up, patreon.com/comedians wrestling. Get access to our bonus episodes. We have tons of other stuff, ideas, plans for this podcast. We do it all ourselves. So the more you support, the more it says you want more. That's the best way to show us. And we're talking about really a couple dollars a month. But I know times are tough. If you can't swing it, you can't swing it. Happy. This pod's free, right? But if you could do it, that'd be fucking awesome. That would be great. I was waiting for Tullo to come back, but I think I'm just going to have to end it with him not back
It's
here.
fine.
Tullo's just gone. Great.
He's somewhere. He's like frozen, like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
I know.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah.
my
You think
God.
he went outside and he got frozen?
Yeah.
I literally talked to this guy about not leaving. I'm like, yo, it's confused. We're doing the video now. So before it was kind of cool. You could throw up the one, but now it's for all right, whatever. The guy's a fucking, you know, he said this.
I'm a thick boy down low.
I told him it'd be a sound drop.
So funny.
And by the way, since Tulo's not here, I have a Mark Dead End sound drop for him.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That I haven't got to use yet, but I'll preview it since he's not here. He won't be able to hear it. But it's when Tulo just marks out so hard that he has no point, and he,
That's awesome.
you know, the
Yeah.
Mark Dead End. This is what happens when he does that.
Perfect.
It hasn't happened
Perfect.
yet, but it's like, you know, when he's like, it's just so awesome, and come on, man, like it's so cool, it's so good. Okay, all right, Tulo. You
hit
just
it.
marked
He hit
yourself into an accident.
Is that the Mick Foley or is
Yeah,
that
it's the beginning of
okay.
Mick Foley
I
song.
think they used. Let's play it again. I think they
Yeah.
used the beginning of the Razor Ramon and then added a crash to it.
Yeah, it's the exact the Razor one just stays on a tire
Yeah.
screeching, but then the Mick Foley they added a crash. Yeah,
Uh,
it's the same thing. All right, everybody.
All right.
Good. We had a good time. We'll watch TLC. We'll see you guys on Sunday. More information coming up on the 9 to 5. Make sure to give this podcast 5 stars. Follow us on social media for awesome clips. We're editing with wrestling clips. We're making them even funnier than they're here. They're like a different medium. It's awesome. At Cow Podcast. Follow me at Dan Black Attack. And everybody, keep watching wrestling. Tulo's not even here. Keep watching wrestling. Kisses.